basketball so special to you and something you chose to write about?
I enjoy the game. My oldest son was on the basketball circuit in like grassroots basketball, AAU, played in high school. And on some level, some of the greatest moments I've had as a parent was watching him play, but even beyond that, like in the car, driving with him to his different games, listening to hip hop, teaching him about old school hip hop. And so there's just like a real father son dynamic about it. And I am a fan of the game. But beyond that, really, I'm a fan of like showing the humanity of young people coming up, facing challenges, overcoming, determined not to be victims. And that was really a bigger pull on the show emotionally. So I like to say, with the basketball, we get the audience at the edge of their seat, and while they're leaning forward, hit them with the truth.
There's a lot of truth in Maze 205. Why is that something you really chose to use this season?
I never saw it before. And Maze 205 is, we see some of our players playing at a youth detention center. Several years ago, when I was starting out as a writer, I went to a youth detention center and they put on one of my plays, and it was such an impactful moment for me that I never forgot it and always felt like I wanted to do something that connected me to the way I felt there emotionally. And also my writer's room, I had an amazing writer named Raquel Baker. She was incarcerated for a minute, and such a great, success story to overcome that and really become a great writer. And so we joined forces and wrote this and really wanted to challenge perspectives, challenge the idea of like, are we free and what does it mean? And where we are with the society. So it was just a great opportunity to hold the mirror up to society, but also a great opportunity to shoot basketball outdoors in this chain link fence at a detention center, and also to do something cinematically exciting.
So, when you think about that, that could be a really cool idea that could save a lot of people that are in these detention centers. So is that something you would hope more people actually think about doing in real life?
I think that there are some programs that do that. So that was also like, just even in our research, there are things like that happen, So there are various programs, various people come in, and so it's really like great work. I think it's also important to, one of the things that's said in the show is, you are not your worst mistake. So, while we don't make excuses for any sort of mistakes anyone has made, it doesn't have to define you as a human being. And so that is one of the messages of our show. And then we also challenge the idea that, the number one mental health provider in the United States are prisons and detention centers and stuff like that. And so we just at least wanted to, bring that to the forefront.
Gotcha. And to close, if you can give me one word for this season, what would it be?
Community.